Good afternoon. My name is Dele Ayimibo and you're welcome to another edition of Import Export Platform Facebook Live from 3Team Best Trade Academy. And today we are looking at starting and managing export business part 21. We're discussing packaging, and yesterday we talked about the uses of packaging or the purpose of packaging. We talked about convenience as one of the purposes of packaging. We talked about portion control as one of the purposes of packaging. We talked about physical protection. We talked about barrier protection as one of the purposes of packaging, and we talked about information transmission. We talk about the fact that packaging and labels communicate how to use, transport, recycle, and dispose the material. And then today we'll continue and we'll be looking at marketing and then security. Still talking about the whole essence of packaging, the fact that packaging, one of the essence of packaging is marketing. The packaging and labels can be used by marketers to encourage potential buyer to purchase the product. Package graphic design and physical design have been important and constantly evolving phenomenon for several decades. And in Nigeria, for example, is just coming up. Individuals are now taking packaging more seriously. It's becoming a way of achieving competitive advantage, and a lot of people are coming in with different materials to make it easier for people to be able to get the kind of packaging they need for their products. So it's becoming very interesting about the quality of packaging that we're seeing in Nigeria. So if you're listening to me and you want to go into agro processing or into any form of export, it's very important you take packaging very seriously, both for local transaction, but for export transaction, the other countries have always been packaging their goods very well. We are just waking up to that reality, but they've been doing it in their own country. So we can likewise just ensure we follow suit what exactly is going on in other countries in terms of packaging. Packaging, graphic design, and physical design have been important and constantly evolving phenomenon for several decades. Marketing, communication, and graphic design are applied to the surface of the package, and in many cases, the point of sale display. Most packaging is designed to reflect the brand's message and identity. Most packaging is designed to reflect the message of the brand and the identity of the brand. So packaging does so much for you, and so that you don't just think it's only about the way it looks. It's great the way it looks. People are going to see the product before they buy it. People are going to see the product before they buy it. So it's great the way it looks. In fact, the way it looks, in my opinion, is so critical and so important. Why? People are going to see the product before they buy it. Since people are going to see the product before they buy it, it becomes very important and essential for you to want to ensure that you do that which you need to do as far as that product is concerned. Why? People are going to see people are going to see the product because they buy it. And that's so true and so important, because you need to understand the fact that people are going to see it first before they buy it. If it's not attractive, it becomes very difficult for you to be able to deal with it. People are going to see the product first before they buy it. People are going to see the product first before they buy it. People are going to see the product first before they buy it. And this is very important. I'm emphasizing that for us to understand that if the content of the product is great, but the packaging is poor, you can likewise say bye-bye to sales. If the content of the product is great, okay. If the content of the product is great and the packaging is poor, you can likewise say bye-bye to sales. Because sometimes some people are trying to be smart. And in trying to be smart, they do not do what they need to do as far as this issue we're talking about is concerned. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to just check off something. You know? And that becomes a major challenge. Sorry, I was trying to fix something and I've been able to do it. A major challenge for us. A major challenge. A major challenge. But what I'm trying to say in essence is the fact that Nigeria should wake up to packaging and packaging very well. Take advantage of the current move in the country that is making many people to begin to see packaging as being serious and doing everything possible to package their product. And I think it's a good initiative. I think it's a fantastic and awesome initiative. And I think it's something worthy of emulation. I think it's something worthy of commendation, considering the fact that it's been a while that many people have not been able to package very well. But the fact that mall are springing up in the country has made it very necessary, because people want to sell in those malls, in those supermarkets, and those supermarkets are demanding for packaging. And since other people have been able to do it, and other people have seen opportunity and taken that business seriously, it has become a household thing for people to package their product very well for sale in Nigeria. So packaging is good for marketing. You'll be able to communicate the message you want, design it, color combination, attractive, and communicate exactly what you want the client to see. Then security. Packing can play an important role in reducing security risk of shipment. Packaging can be made with improved tamper resistance to deter tampering, and also can have tamper evident features to help indicate tampering. Packaging can be engineered to help reduce the risk of packaging pilfering or theft and resale of product. Some package construction are more resistant to pilferage, while some other have pilfer indicating seal. So depending on your objective, the idea is that it helps you to secure the product. You can put tamper-proof around it so that you will be able to enter, but it will show that someone have entered it, someone have opened it. Or they will not even be able to open it at all, depending on your objective. The idea is this. With packaging, we can secure the content of the item such that if it is contaminated, we can know. If it's been tampered with, we can know. If anybody have opened it, we can know. And then it makes it easier for it to be safe for someone buying to be able to buy. There are different materials used for packaging, for modern packaging rather. There are different materials used for modern packaging, and this is very critical. The fact that different materials are currently used for packaging, and it's very important you also understand this. I'm talking about the material used for packaging. The reason is this: different materials have different uses. Different materials have different uses, and this is very critical. Because at the end of the day, if you want to preserve your product, then you must package it the right way. You know, I have this rice. I'm not in the office. I'm really outside Lagos. I have this stuff in the office. Rice, actually. Rice that someone produced. By the way, it is a jollof rice. It is a jollof rice produced by someone in India and sold with the target to Nigeria somewhere in UK. Varo is the name of the brand, and it's jollof rice. Maybe the next time you find yourself in the UK, you probably want to look out for it. It has jollof and fried rice. And it's packaged in such a way that the packaging material allow the product, even though is product are supposed to be product are supposed to make you find it easy to get spoiled rather, but it lasts for 1 year. In fact, I bought one which lasted with me for 1 year. And one of the things they'll be able to use to achieve, apart from the fact that that product was cooked in a very sterile environment where there is no microbial growth, in vacuum cooking, vacuum sealing, but even the material used also became very critical, because that material also is what will determine eventually what the material also is the one that will determine eventually how good that thing will be and how long rather the stuff will stay. It's the material that will show it. It's the material that will show it. It's the material. It's the material that will show how long that thing will last. It's the material. It is the material. It is the material. If the material allow moisture to penetrate, oxygen to penetrate, then it becomes very easy. A lot easy for the content to get spoiled. But you know what? If it doesn't allow that to penetrate, it makes it also easy for the item to last long. You know, make it also easy for the item to last long. So there are different items used for packaging, and most of which are nylon actually. Nylon material used for packaging. A lot of material used for packaging in our world today. Most of them are, when I say nylon now, let me use, I think I should use for the right word. Some packaging material are glass. Some packaging material are can, metal. Some packaging material are paper. Some packaging material are wood. And some packaging material are plastic. Some packaging material are plastic. So you need to decide which kind of packaging material are you supposed to use for your product. Number one, we have glass. Glass has been used for food packaging for a long time, but tougher, lightweight containers, sometimes protected by a sleeve of expanded polystyrene, have been developed more recently. However, glass is still very popular and is used exclusively for many products. A good example of product where you find glass is jam. A good example of product where you find glass is jam. Jam is very, very popular. Jam is very, very popular. Always put inside a glass. Then we have metal can. Metal can. Metal or can are traditionally used for tin plate sheet, but now more commonly use aluminium for drinks. The inside of the can is often sheet coated with lacquer to prevent the can rusting and reacting with the content, especially acidic food. So for can, it's been done in such a way that at the end of the day, the content does not react. The content does not react with the materials. You know what I mean? The content does the inner layer, the metal, does not react with the content, such that at the end of the day, we don't have a situation in which the food become unsafe because of the interaction. You know, some things, I remember then in medical school, we have something called drug-drug interaction. This one will be food can. This one will be food can interaction. You know, this one will be food can interaction. Now, let's look at the advantages of glass. Let me go back to glass. Glass is impermeable to moisture and gases. Glass is non-reactive. Glass withstands heat processing. Disadvantage: glass is brittle and breakable. Glass needs a separate closure. a separate closure. It can be glass. Most of the time, it's another type of product entirely. Still talking about glass. In terms of consumer, it's transparent and allows consumer to see the product. That's the beauty of glass. Allow consumer to see the product. Can be colored for sensitive product. Still talking about glass. Is reusable. Is recyclable. Often contain recycled content. Reusable, recyclable, often contain recycled content. Disadvantages now: poor portability, heavy and breakable, relatively difficult to decorate, heavy and bulky to transport. You know, when you're shipping stuff, one of the things you also want to do is to take advantage of weight. You know, sometimes you don't want to ship, especially if you're shipping to the air, you don't want to ship stuff that when you are shipping, the weight of the what's the name now? The weight of what we are using become very tough. The weight of the packaging is even heavier than what you are selling. Remember, you're not selling packaging, you're selling the content. You're not selling packaging, you're selling the content. So the weight become very, very tough. Become a major challenge. You know, low cost material but somewhat costly to transport. It's low-cost material, but somewhat costly to transport. Let's look at aluminum. Aluminum as a packaging material. It is also impermeable to moisture. It is also impermeable to gases. It is resistant to corrosion. Withstand heat processing. Remember, we're discussing packaging in packaging your product for export. And in choosing packaging, what are the considerations? So we're looking at some of the, I've looked at glass now, I'm looking at aluminum now. Aluminum is easy to decorate, is lightweighted, good portability because it's lightweighted, and not breakable. Recyclable, lightweight, economic incentive to recycle. So before it's recycled, you might be able, it makes it easier. Cost also is lower. Relatively, because you have to recycle rather, so it's economically viable. Relatively expensive, but value encourage cycling. Because you can recycle, it becomes very valuable for people. Because at the end of the day, in the long run, the cost is lower. What are the disadvantages of aluminum? Cannot be welded. Limited structural strength, limited shapes, no disadvantages. Separation difficult in laminated film form. When you laminate it, to separate it becomes very difficult. Tin plate is impermeable. This is still an example of metal. Strong and formable. Resistant to corrosion, withstand heat processing. Easy to decorate. Recyclable, easy to decorate. Recyclable. Magnetic, thus easily separated. Is cheaper than aluminum. Disadvantages: can react with food, so coating is required. Typically require a can opener to assess the product, and it is heavier than aluminum. I'm trying to open it more. Sorry for the break in transmission. All right. Tin Tin-free steel, another packaging material. Tin-free steel. All right. Tin-free steel. Impermeable. Strong, good resistant to corrosion. Withstand heat processing. Easy to decorate. Recyclable, magnetic, and thus can allow easy separation. Cheaper than tin. Difficult to weld, require removal of coating. Less resistant to corrosion. Typically require a can opener to access the content, heavier than aluminum. Polyolefin. Polyolefin. Then we have polyester, we have polyvinyl chloride, we have polyvinyl chloride, polyvinyl vinyl aldehyde chloride. Let's look at polyolefin. Good water barrier, strong, resistant to chemicals, poor gas barrier. Poor gas barrier. Light-weighted, recyclable, high energy source for incineration. It's low cost. Slight haze and translucency. So it's not very clear. Slightly hazy and translucency. It's not very clear. Easily recycled in semi-rigid form, but identification and separation more difficult for film. Right? Polyester. Polyester. Remember, we're looking at item used for packaging. Polyester. Strong, withstand hot feeling. Good barrier properties. High clarity. Recyclable. It's also chatter resistant. It can't easily break. Chatter resistance. It's inexpensive, but higher cost than plastic. Easily recycled in rigid form, but identification and separation more difficult for film. Polyvinyl chloride, moldable, resistant to chemicals. High clarity, recyclable. Contain chlorine, requires separation for other waste, and inexpensive. Polyvinyl iodine chloride. High barrier to moisture and gases. Heat sealable. Okay. And then withstand hot filling. Maintain product quality. Contain chloride, requires separation from other waste. Inexpensive but higher cost than plastics. Now, I've taken time to go through all this for a reason. And the reason basically is for us to be able to see how important and vital information about your packaging material is. It's so important that your packaging material is done in such a way that what you are putting inside can be sustained. What you are putting inside can be sustained. Glasses has extremely long history for food packing. The first glass object for holding food are believed to have been appeared around 300 BC. The production of glass container involved heating a mixture of silica, Recycled broken glasses is also used in glass manufacture and may account for about 60% of all raw material for glass. Because it is odorless and chemically inert, with virtually all food products, glass has several advantages for food packaging application. It is impermeable to gas and vapor, so it maintains product freshness for a long period of time without impairing taste and flavor. The ability to withstand high processing temperature make glass useful for heat sterilization of both low acid and high acid food. Glass is rigid, provide good insulation, and can be produced in numerous different shapes. The transparency of glass allows consumer to see the product, get variation in glass color, and can protect light-sensitive content. Finally, glass packaging benefit environment because it can be reusable. It is also recyclable.